Somewhere over the rainbow, birds fly over the rainbow.
Hello everybody, this is Ogre Boy, and I'm going to be doing my ranking for my top 10 favorite movies of 2013. So this is part of a series I'm doing where I do a top 10 list each week of each year since I was born and everything. It's also part of my top 10 Tuesdays, so I'm going to go ahead and just get going with this. Coming in at number 10 is Fast and Furious 6. This is actually my favorite movie in the Fast and Furious franchise. I just absolutely love this one. It's balls to the walls crazy. I love the whole story of trying to get Letty back into the group and everything. I thought that was really good, and it's just a lot of fun. The action in here is a lot of fun. The story is great. It has a really awesome opening, and it's just a really, really good movie. So Fast and Furious 6 is number 10, and number 9 is Short Term 12. This is a really good independent movie starring Brie Larson, and it's a really good movie about these people that work at this group home for troubled teenagers and everything, and it's kind of a look into the life of them and everything, and it's a really, really good movie and everything. It's actually one of Brie Larson's best performances and everything. That shows that she is a really great actress. Everything everyone complains about her in MCU, which I think she's fine as Captain Marvel and everything. I'm not a Brie Larson hater and stuff, but I do think that she's better suited for movies like this because she was amazing in this movie and everything, and she's just better suited for smaller indie movies than she is big action blockbusters. Not that she can't do them, but she's just better suited for them and everything. So, but Short Term 12 is a really good movie. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it and everything. And it's number 9. And number 8 is The Purge. This movie is just a lot of fun. It's really great concept of and everything. And it's also one of those movies that makes you think, what would you do if every crime was legal for 24 hours? What would you do? And everything. I probably would be too scared to go out, to be honest with you, but it is a good question and everything. But the movie is a home invasion movie, and I think it's one of the better home invasion movies. I'm not big on those type of movies, but this is definitely one of the better ones for me and everything. It's a really good story. Ethan Hawke is great in here and everything. Everybody else is great too, and it's just a good time. So The Purge is number 8, and number 7 is Curse of Chucky. This was a really good return to form for the Chucky franchise, bringing Chucky back to his basics and being a full-fledged horror movie and everything. This was a really, really great entry in the franchise, and even though it's direct-to-video, I still included it on here because it's one of the movies that has made a lasting impact from that year for me. I've rewatched this movie multiple times and everything, and I still enjoy it just as much as I always have. So Curse of Chucky is number 7, and number 6 is Iron Man 3. I think this movie is pretty underrated, and out of the 2 MCU movies that came out that year, this is definitely the better of the 2. But I really enjoyed this one quite a bit. The story is pretty good and everything. I like the fish out of water story with Iron Man being without his suit and everything. It's a fun story and everything. It's not the best MCU movie or anything. It's not even the best Iron Man movie, but it's still a pretty good movie and everything. So Iron Man 3 is number 6, and number 5 is Killing Season. This is a movie about a guy who is getting revenge on this man from a long time ago that was in a war and stuff, and he's getting revenge on him, and it's kind of a cat and mouse thriller with John Travolta and Robert De Niro. Travolta's the villain and De Niro's the guy trying to get away. He's like an old veteran and stuff, and they're having to try to kill each other and stuff, and they're like in the woods, and it's really good. It's really awesome and stuff. So there's a lot of things I really like about this movie. I think that John Travolta gives a really great performance in here, but I think De Niro does too. And I think this movie is very, very underrated. So Killing Season is number 5, and number 4 is Monsters University. This is a pretty fun prequel to Monsters Inc. I think it's a pretty good movie. The story is pretty good. The voice casts are great. Once again, John Goodman and Billy Crystal are once again great as Mike and Sully. And this is a fun little origin story about how Mike and Sully met and everything. And it's a fun little college comedy movie as well and everything. It's a good time and everything. So Monsters University is number 4. And number 3 is We're the Millers. This is an absolutely hilarious raunchy comedy about a group of people who are trying to smuggle drugs out of Mexico. It's a really, really funny movie. I highly recommend it if you haven't seen it and everything, but it's a really good time and everything. So I don't want to say too much about this movie because I haven't seen it in a long time and I don't remember everything about it, but it is really, really funny. There's a lot of really crazy scenes. One that in particularly that sticks out of my head is the guy getting a spider bite on his balls. That scene is just absolutely cringy and funny and everything. It makes me cringe because I mean, it's a spider bite on the balls, why wouldn't it? But it's also really funny and everything. But there's also a lot of really other funny moments in this movie and everything. So I really like this one quite a bit. So We're the Millers is number 3. And number 2 is This Is the End. I absolutely love this movie. This is a movie where Seth Rogen and his crew just play themselves when the world starts to end, and all kinds of craziness ensues and everything. You got Seth Rogen, Jonah Hill, James Franco, Craig Robinson, Jay Baruchel, and Danny McBride all stuck in this house together trying to figure out how they're going to survive this apocalypse and everything. And it is just an absolutely hilarious movie. There are a lot of craziness ensues and stuff, but it is an absolute blast. And it was one of the last really great comedies and everything. It is a really, really good movie and everything. So it's one of the ones I would say is one of the last really great ones, if not the last very, very great one, because this movie is really good and everything. So This Is the End is number 2. And my number 1 favorite movie of 2013 is Frozen. All these years later, and I still won't let it go. I absolutely love this movie. It is a blast from start to finish. It has great, great music, lovable characters, beautiful animation, and it's just one of those movies that I just can't help but love. It's just such a great time and everything. I absolutely love this movie and everything. It just really, really is a great time. And it's one of those movies that most people have seen it a million times, especially parents. Everything. I've seen it a million times. I'm not a parent, but I just love this movie, so I've seen it a million times. Everything. It's one of those movies that I get why the kids love it. I really do. I don't get why adults don't, unless they have kids that have made them watch it a million times. Then I can understand. But if you're just a average Disney fan, I think you would really love this movie. It's a really great one. So Frozen is easily my number 1 favorite movie of 2013. It's the best animated movie that has came out in recent years and everything. It's still one of my favorite original animated movies of the last 10, 15 years or so. And everything, I don't think it's been topped yet by another animated movie as far as its quality goes and everything. I just love this movie, and I'm looking forward to Frozen 3. I liked Frozen 2 quite a bit, everything, not as much as this one, but I still enjoyed Frozen 2 quite a bit, so I'm really looking forward to Frozen 3 and 4 if they make 4 of them. I'm on board for whatever they do. I think if they're going to give it a big finale, why not give it a 2-part finale? Fans deserve it and everything. Whether we need 4 movies or not, I think we deserve it, because this franchise has been pretty big and we've had to wait a long time, so it'd be worth having 2 extra movies. But anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of this list. If you want, tell me your favorite movies of 2013. If you don't want to do a full list, just tell me your favorite movie of that year. Hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.